right, so I am John Seth Vernon, as far as full name, Seth Vernon, and I'm a charter captain in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. So one of the things that attracted me to the Cape Fear River Basin is that ecologically it's been unchanged for a long, long time. They've actually tapped some of the old cedars or bald cypress that are in the river, and they've dated those all the way back to the birth of Christ. So when you think about the Cape Fear landscape, it's everything from coastal marsh and deep forested hardwood bottomland rivers in concert with vast open coastal delta. So you get everything from the Piedmont funneling down into this coastal watershed that is the Cape Fear River. Whether you're in the lily pads fishing for bass in the upper portion of the river, the tidal middle to lower portion of the Cape Fear River, and then the coastal marsh that just borders our inner banks, much like the outer banks. Whether that's the migrating sands due to the tide, the migrating ducks that are coming down, and the migrating fish that are using our natural inlets. It's just a really ecologically diverse and rapidly changing ecosystem, and it's fun to have your finger on the pulse of that daily. So it's not lost on me that waterfowling is steeped in tradition, right? There's a heritage, and it's an interwoven, integral piece of waterfowling is the passion that waterfowlers share. They're constantly working and manipulating to get their spreads right. They're constantly working and manipulating to get their gear right. And the same is true for me as a guide. When I have an angler or a hunter or a waterfowling client, I want to make sure that we're harnessing that passion, we're exposing them to the outdoors in a way that follows in the footsteps of that heritage and that legacy. And I'm always looking for ways to streamline that experience, because we have to seamlessly integrate that experience from hunting in the morning to fishing in the afternoon. And I don't get a lot of that person's time. When you think about their passions and their pursuits throughout the year, I may only have that person's attention for 6 to 8 hours. So using wooden decoys and spreading them out methodically is not always an option for a guide. We need gear that gives us an advantage in the field, and the decoy raft, the skiff that I use, all of those tools working together make that seamlessly integrated platform work to the sportsman's advantage. And that's our gift, is to share that passion and make it as fun and as pure as possible. Being on the boat day in and day out, you can't keep up the conversation all the time. Guiding is so often filled with that empty space, and I think for a lot of guides that can be hard. It can be hard on the senses if the fish aren't biting and the birds aren't flying. And for me, I find that empty space is really about reflection. I find myself thinking about some of my favorite works of writing. Tom McGuane most definitely comes to mind, as he writes about the longest silence, the pursuit that fly fishing is. And in that empty space, I hope that people are allowing themselves to be immersed in the scene and not addicted to the cell phone and the technology and being reached and the anxieties that lay at home and at work, but are really taking the time and the attention to detail to be present with the outdoors, to be a part of what is happening right there in front of them on the skiff. So as a guide, I think people believe, for me, that it's lost on me, the anticipation of the day. And it's not. Every day is a gift. And what makes that a gift are the people that I get to spend time with, either in the blind or on the boat. It's important to frame up and remember that the anticipation of the hunt, whether that's the opener for teal season or Labor Day weekend with dove hunts, getting all the new pups out in the field, that's not lost on those of us that get to do it every day. The people that I'm gifted to share time with on the boat are the greatest people on earth. They're just like you and me. They're sportsmen, they're watermen, they surf, they hunt, they fish, And getting to make a living, kind of harnessing that passion and feeding off that passion, will leave you feeling a little bit like a rock star when you're able to deliver. And in the moment, when the birds aren't flying or the fish aren't cooperating, you get to talk about the important stuff in life. You get to share moments with those people, with their loved ones, whether it's their brother or their best friend or their sister or their son, and watch them grow as outdoors people. And it's really, really important to me to kind of continue to develop that part of the passion that is the pursuit of outdoor life for all of us. There's not a lot of empty space left, and it seems like it's ever increasingly more important to me to let that time unfold naturally, to let that empty space on the boat not necessarily persist, but be a part of the day.